The air inside the grand marble-lined lobby of the bank carried a hushed murmur of conversations, the rhythmic tapping of keyboards, and the occasional shuffle of polished shoes against the pristine floors. Customers sat in leather chairs, waiting their turn, while suited employees glided behind the counter, their expressions varying between professional courtesy and thinly veiled impatience. Tom Cruise, dressed in a casual button-down and jeans, walked in, exuding his usual quiet confidence. He had always believed in treating everyone with kindness, no matter the setting. Today, he had come for a simple transaction, just something routine. As he approached the teller's window, he smiled. At the woman behind the counter, her name tag read, Sandra. "Good afternoon," he greeted warmly. "Hope you're having a great day." Sandra barely looked up. "ID and account number?" she asked flatly. Tom slid his documents forward. There was no recognition in her eyes, no reaction to the fact that one of the most famous movie stars in the world stood before her. That didn't bother him. He didn't expect special treatment. What caught his attention, however, was her tone. She glanced at his paperwork and sighed. "You're withdrawing a large sum." Tom nodded. "That's right." She tapped her nails on the desk, then scoffed. "You sure you have that much in your account?" Tom blinked, taken aback. "Excuse me?" She leaned back in her chair, eyeing him critically. "I see people like you all the time. Think you're big shots, walking in here in jeans and sunglasses, expecting VIP treatment. Money doesn't just appear because you think you're important." A few nearby customers overheard and turned their heads slightly. Tom noticed but remained calm. "I understand you deal with a lot of people," he said evenly. "But I assure you I'm not here for special treatment. Just a regular banking transaction." Sandra snorted. "Right." The dismissiveness in her voice wasn't just professional indifference. It was personal. Tom could see it in her posture, the way she typed aggressively, the way she looked at him like he was wasting her time. He had a choice. He could push back with the same energy, demand to see her manager, or even walk out. But instead, he did what he always did. He sought to understand. Tom leaned forward slightly, lowering his voice just enough so only she could hear. "Bad day?" Sandra stiffened. "What?" "You seem frustrated, like maybe something's been weighing on you," Tom said gently. "I don't know what it is, but if I've added to it, I'm sorry." She hesitated, her fingers pausing over the keyboard. For a moment, the walls around her cracked. "Why do you care?" she muttered. Tom smiled. "Because I've been there." Sandra finally looked at him, really looked at him. "You? The Hollywood superstar?" Tom chuckled. "You think I've never been underestimated? That I haven't had doors slammed in my face, people telling me I wasn't good enough? I spent years auditioning, getting rejected, being told I didn't have what it takes. But I never let that make me bitter." Her shoulders dropped slightly. "I've been working here for years," she admitted. "No promotions, no recognition. Just day after day of people treating me like I don't matter." Tom nodded, his expression kind. "I get that, and I'm sure it's exhausting. But here's the thing. Every job, no matter how small it seems, matters. You're the face of this bank. You make people feel valued or dismissed. That's a lot of power." Sandra swallowed hard. The realization flickered in her eyes. I never thought of it like that." He gave her a reassuring smile. "You can change someone's whole day with just a little kindness. The way you treat people matters, and I have a feeling you're capable of making a much bigger impact than you think." For the first time since he walked in, Sandra's expression softened. She straightened her posture, took a deep breath, and nodded. "You're right. I guess I lost sight of that." She finished the transaction with a newfound sense of professionalism, sliding the receipt toward him. "Here you go, Mr. Cruise. And thank you. I needed that." Tom took the receipt and met her gaze. We all do sometimes. As he turned to leave, Sandra called out, "Hey, Tom." He looked back. She smiled, a real, genuine smile. "Have a great day," Tom grinned. "You too." As he walked out of the bank, he felt lighter. He hadn't just completed a transaction. He had reminded someone of their worth. And that, he believed, was more valuable than any amount of money in the world. Because in the end, success isn't about wealth or status. It's about how you treat people. And today, kindness had turned an ordinary moment into something extraordinary.